there. On today's video, I'm going to go over the perfect open house. What is vital for you to do in order to get the most out of any open house that you do. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're new here, I would ask you please consider subscribing to my channel. If you have already, thank you so much. And also, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you notice next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell. So if you hit that bell, then what happens is every time I upload a video, then you will be notified. Thank you so much for watching this video. Angel Medina, your lifelong mortgage advisor. What are the key elements when you're holding an open house? Let's say you're a realtor and you're holding an open house, or you're a realtor and you have a lender partner as well and you both are doing the open house. So this will go for both of you guys, meaning you can both help each other in order to do this. The first thing I would say actually is the signs that you put out when let's say your buyers are coming to see you, whether they just saw you passing by the signs, your open house signs. That is so important. And a lot of times when I do go to open houses, or I try to see where they place the signs, and it's not only to place them in the right places, meaning if you have one particular house and there's 2 different or 3 different ways that you can come to that house that people drive by, then you want to place the open house signs in those particular areas. So the night before or a couple hours before, you should literally have a map of that house and look around that area and strategically place those open house signs, because a lot of the people that come to the open house signs are not going to be coming from any marketing that you do, your Facebook ads. The majority of people coming to that open house are the people who are just driving by, they're with their significant other, or they didn't even think about it. They remembered over the weekend their son or their daughter mentioned about buying a house, and they drive by and they go, oh, a house is for sale, and they decide, well, let me check that out. But obviously, if they don't see the signs, then you're going to get a lot less traffic. So I would say the number one thing that I would recommend is your open house signs. I would recommend to at least get 8 to 15. I mean, you're never going to have too many, and they should always have your information on there in case someone can't make it. You should have something to the effect of text me or call me, so that way they could. Sometimes I literally, just to see houses myself, I like to go to open houses. If I don't have time, I'll literally pull over and I'll take a picture of that open house sign so I can call that realtor back later on, or I can text them. So again, I would recommend phone number, text, and email. But the open house signs, if you're doing them already, then that's great. But again, what I'm not seeing is you probably have 5, 6, or 7. You should have, I would say, 8 or more, and it should be mapped out. It shouldn't be where the day before or an hour before you go and you put up the signs and then you try to find the right spot. It should literally be like, let's get a map of the area. Like, do your homework. You're there because you want to pick up more business. So beforehand, you have to do a map, find out everything that is around that house, and strategically put the open house signs in the right areas so that wherever there's going to be traffic, then you're going to have a better chance of catching someone's attention. So the other thing is, it's a must to definitely have flyers that I would say have yes, it's important. This is what I hear a lot. The realtors, they want is, to have everything about that house. But if someone does have the address to the house, let's just both, be honest with each other. Let's all be honest with each other. They could easily go to Google, type in that address, and most of the information you're going to have on that flyer is going to be online. Redfin or Trulia or Zillow, it's going to have the square footage, it's going to have the bedroom bathrooms, it's going to have more than likely the schools. So that's all great. But I really feel one of the things that will help you tremendously is if you have a call to action, something that they throw in their car and then later on they look at, and something that gives you value. I feel if you're going to do anything, any type of marketing, any type of posting online, Facebook, LinkedIn, I always try to give something of value. Give a reason why you should work with me. What's in it for them? Why should I call you? You should maybe say something to the effect of thinking about buying in this area, want to know the best schools, call me. Already own, thinking about selling, find out what your house is worth, call me, text me. It shouldn't just have the information of the house. Again, I'm a big believer on not doing everything traditionally, but you're always wanting to do things outside the box. These are just things that I'm thinking right now, but if you could find some what's in it for me, some WIFMs, why should I, call you back? Find out why I consider myself the local, neighborhood expert. Find out more about, the top schools in the area. Have some insights on the best restaurants that are within 20 miles away. Something that makes them feel that, if they call you, they can get more information. And not feel pressured, but more of a reason of why they should maybe reach out to you. If you do that, even if you do get the information and you follow up with them, they're going to always go back to that flyer if they kept it, and that's just another avenue of how you could utilize everything that you do. Another thing is that's really important, which I see a lot, is everybody that walks in, you definitely should get their name, phone number, and email address. There shouldn't be no stone unturned. The main thing is, if I'm selling my house and someone comes into my house during an open house, if something goes missing, I want that person's information, everyone that was there, if it's really valuable. That's just an example, but when someone comes in, I don't make it a big issue. For me, it really doesn't get to that point. I normally don't get somebody. It has happened where someone just very adamant, no, I will not give you my information. Again, you're going to have to use your discretion, because the truth is, if something does go missing and you didn't get everyone's information, but also let them know, hey, the reason we want your information is because, yes, we may send you some more information about this property or others like it, but really at the end of the day, if you don't want us to email you, it's really because we do want to make sure that we get everyone's information. And again, the fact of the matter is, you're spending your valuable time there. If anyone comes in and they want to see the house, it's really not a big deal for you to get at least their name and email address, and then phone number could be optional. There's, everyone's different. There's people, yeah, no problem. And you can also, do a Starbucks card, which a lot of the times they don't really care, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I carry a pad, and I literally will just write, I ask them verbally, and I want them to tell me verbally. Someone comes in, hey, nice to meet you. So are you from the neighborhood? Oh, okay. So let me just get some basic information. What is your email address? And what is your first name again, by the way? Oh, okay, cool. What is your phone number, the best phone number I can text you at? Okay, and then that's it. If somebody, says, oh, wait, no, I don't want to give out my information, then at that point, say, okay, I understand. It's at the seller's request that anyone that comes into their home while they're not here during this open house, that we at least get some basic information. What was your first name again? And I'm just going to get, again, some basic information. And what's your email address? So you don't want to provide your phone number, correct? And again, at that point, I've had people where they only provided the basic information. Then later on, as we maybe have spoken with each other by getting into more conversations, they'll end up saying, hey, you know that phone number I gave you? Let me give you another one. Because they more than likely, what that means is they gave you the wrong phone number and they want to give you the correct one. It's happened to me so much, but you want to, and the reason that's happened is because obviously we let them look around, but I'm there to offer my services, and I'm not there to harass them or to make them feel uneasy. But I do want to let them know why I'm there. So I'll maybe go up to them. If you're a realtor, you could say, the first thing I would say to my next point is, in order to bring value to the people that go to your open house, what I do is I always say, hey, nice to meet you. Are you from the neighborhood? Okay, and you get to know them. So let me just ask you a question. Before you look around, what's really important to you? What is something that is really important to you? And you just don't know. They may say, oh, the backyard. The backyard has to be, we have a dog and the dog is huge. And okay, so let me show you that backyard real quick. Let's go look at it. And they may go to the backyard and right away the backyard is too small. They're gonna go, yeah, this won't work. I just don't see it. And then what you're doing is, so you as you're talking with them, I would literally have something that you can write with. Okay, let me just make a note of it, because the good news is, based upon this square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, there's houses around that do have a really nice backyard. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you that information on all the houses that have a really nice backyard. And again, you never know. Maybe later on, this backyard may be what you're looking for. If you change your mind, you'll have that option as well. So what you're doing is, you're not just being so vague and saying, hey, let me show you the house, and then you go to random places. The first thing you should ask is, so before we get started, let me ask you, what is important to you? Well, what's important to me is the view. What's important to me is that it has to have 3 bedrooms. What's important to me is the living room, because the garage. So when you ask someone that, you'll be amazed at the response that you get, instead of like, hey, let me show you around. Do you have any questions? Like, you want to be specific. What's important to you? So that is also a key thing that I tell a lot of the realtors that I work with is, don't just ask random questions. And everything that I'm doing is not, it's for their benefit too. If I'm going to see a house and then somebody wants to show me around, and the most important thing to me is the view, and they're showing me everywhere but the view, I'm gonna say, yeah, thank you, and then let me just look around, and then I'm gonna go to see the view. I'm gonna go look out in the backyard and see if there's a view back here. So again, you wanna ask them, what is important to you? So those are the very key elements, and obviously the rest is, I would say, never spend too much time with one person. What you're trying to do is, you're trying to talk to as many people as you can, and then obviously, follow up, not just after, but you got to continuously, not just drip email, because what I call drip email is, lead killer. Because drip email is so bland, it is so like something that doesn't pertain to normally what we're looking for. They can tell when you're putting them on a drip email. A lot of people are a lot more savvy nowadays. When I get drip email, I'm looking for the unsubscribe button. So you want to stay in front of them as much as possible. They are people that you stay in front of now, a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. So everyone that you had from the open houses that you did 6 months ago, those are going to be the people that you want to contact. Now, regardless if they have bought a house already, that's fine. But again, you just want to in order to, build a lifelong relationship, you have to be in their lives. You have to, hey, I'm not calling you just so I can help you sell your house or buy a house. And you want to go in with that intent. You're just calling to see if, they or someone they know could use your services. So again, I hope that helps. If you are a realtor or a lender and you're partnering up with a realtor, definitely you need to focus on those main factors, as if you don't, you're really not going to be maximizing your time. So again, I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions, you can call, text, or email me anytime. And if you're new here, I would ask you to please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you notice there's a little bell, go ahead and hit the bell. That'll notify you every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much if you have already subscribed. Angel Medina, your lifelong mortgage advisor. Thank you.